Let me begin by asking you this. Have you ever found yourself in a relationship where the other person seemed caught in patterns of negativity, blame, or resistance? Maybe it's a colleague, a family member, or even a friend. It's challenging, isn't it? But let me tell you something, this is not a burden, it's a gift. Imagine stepping into a room filled with chaos. Voices rise, tension simmers, and emotions run high. In such a moment, what is the most powerful thing you can bring? Not a clever argument, not a quick solution, but your presence. Presence is not just being physically there, it's the conscious state of awareness you carry into the moment. It is the space you create by being fully grounded, fully attentive, and fully at peace. This quality has the power to transform even the most difficult interactions. When we talk about relationships, especially those with people who seem stuck in negativity or unconscious behavior, it's tempting to believe we need to fix them, explain their mistakes, or convince them to see things differently. But real transformation doesn't happen through force or persuasion. It happens when one person becomes so deeply rooted in their own awareness that they shift the energy of the interaction itself. Presence is powerful because it is free from resistance. Resistance arises when we meet someone's unconsciousness with our own, when their anger triggers our defensiveness, or their negativity pulls us into frustration. In these moments, we lose ourselves in reaction, and the cycle of unconsciousness continues. But presence interrupts this cycle. It's a state of being where you are no longer caught in the patterns of the mind. Instead, you respond from a deeper place of clarity and peace. This does not mean you become passive or detached. Presence is not about tolerating harmful behavior or suppressing your feelings. It is about staying connected to the here and now, no matter what the external situation demands. When someone speaks to you from a place of anger or blame, presence allows you to hear them without absorbing their energy. It creates a spaciousness where you can choose your response rather than reacting impulsively. One of the most profound aspects of presence is its ripple effect. When you embody presence, it subtly influences those around you. Think about it. Have you ever been in the presence of someone who exudes calm and clarity? Their energy has a grounding effect, helping you feel more centered without them saying a word. That is the power you carry when you choose presence in your interactions. This is particularly important in relationships with people who may not yet be aware of their unconscious patterns. You don't need to tell them their unconscious doing so would likely create defensiveness. Instead, let your presence be the mirror. When you remain calm in the face of anger, attentive in the face of distraction, and loving in the face of fear, you show them another way to exist. To embrace presence fully, practice anchoring yourself in the now. Take a breath. Feel your body. Release the need to control or fix the other person. From this space, you will find that your interactions shift naturally. Presence isn't just a tool, it's a way of being that transforms not only your relationships but your entire life. Challenges in relationships often feel like obstacles, difficult moments we'd rather avoid or resolve as quickly as possible. When someone misunderstands us, criticizes us, or acts out of unconsciousness, it can trigger frustration, anger, or even a desire to withdraw. But what if we reframed these challenges? What if instead of seeing them as sources of conflict, we viewed them as powerful opportunities for growth? Every relationship challenge, no matter how small or significant, holds a mirror to our inner world. It shows us the places within ourselves that still react, resist, or cling to old patterns. While it may seem like the problem lies with the other person, their actions, their words, their behavior, the truth is these situations reveal as much about us as they do about them. They bring to the surface emotions and reactions that can serve as catalysts for our own awakening. Think about a time when someone pushed your buttons. Perhaps they criticized you unfairly or refused to listen to your perspective. In that moment, it's easy to feel justified in your anger or defensiveness. But pause for a moment and ask yourself, why did this bother me? What am I holding on to that allows their behavior to disturb my peace? This shift in perspective transforms the interaction from a battle to a lesson. It's no longer about winning the argument or proving a point, it's about discovering something new about yourself. This doesn't mean challenges are easy to navigate or that you should tolerate harmful behavior. Instead, it's about recognizing that each difficulty carries within it the seed of growth. For instance, someone's negativity may teach you patience. Their criticism may highlight your need for external validation, showing you where you can cultivate self-acceptance. Their resistance to change may challenge you to practice compassion, even when it's hard. By approaching challenges as opportunities, you begin to see relationships as dynamic spaces for transformation. The other person is not your opponent, but your teacher, even if they don't realize it. Their unconscious behavior gives you the chance to practice awareness, to respond instead of react, and to deepen your connection with the present moment. It's important to remember that this mindset doesn't absolve others of accountability or excuse harmful actions. Setting boundaries and addressing issues is often necessary. However, even in these moments, you can approach the situation from a place of inner growth rather than conflict. Instead of reacting with anger or judgment, you can respond with clarity, respect, and strength. Seeing challenges as opportunities also creates a sense of empowerment. Instead of feeling like a victim of someone else's behavior, you recognize your role as a creator of your own experience. You cannot control how others act, but you can always choose how you respond. This shift in perspective turns even the most difficult relationships into fertile ground for your personal evolution. When challenges arise, remind yourself this is not happening to me, it's happening for me. Each conflict is an invitation to grow, to strengthen your awareness, and to deepen your capacity for love and understanding. Accept the invitation and watch how your relationships and your life transform. In any relationship, especially those involving difficult or unconscious individuals, it's easy to fall into the trap of reacting. When someone speaks harshly, ignores our needs, or behaves in ways we perceive as hurtful, our instincts might drive us to retaliate, defend, or withdraw. But what if, instead of reacting, we chose to lead with compassion? Compassion is not about condoning bad behavior or becoming a passive participant in unhealthy dynamics. It is a conscious choice to approach others with understanding, patience, and empathy, even when they don't deserve it, especially when they don't deserve it. Why? Because compassion has the power to break the cycle of unconsciousness that fuels conflict and tension. When someone acts out of anger, fear, or negativity, they are often caught in their own internal struggle. Their behavior is a reflection of their pain, confusion, or unresolved wounds. While their actions might feel personal, they rarely are. Recognizing this allows you to separate the person from their behavior. Instead of reacting to their unconsciousness with your own, you can meet it with awareness and compassion. For instance, imagine someone close to you becomes irritable and lashes out. Your first impulse might be to mirror their energy, raising your voice, defending yourself, or pointing out their faults. While this reaction is natural, it often escalates the conflict and leaves both parties feeling worse. But what if you paused, took a deep breath, and chose to respond with compassion instead? You might say something like, "I can see you're upset. Let's talk when things feel calmer." This simple act of understanding can diffuse tension and create space for resolution. Leading with compassion doesn't mean tolerating mistreatment or ignoring your own needs. It means approaching every situation with clarity and kindness, even as you set firm boundaries. Compassion might look like saying, I care about you, but I won't allow this behavior, or stepping away from a heated exchange until both of you can communicate more effectively. One of the most transformative aspects of compassion is its ability to soften resistance. When someone is met with anger or criticism, they often become defensive, digging deeper into their unconscious patterns. But when they are met with compassion, it disarms them. It creates a space where they can feel safe, seen, and understood. This doesn't guarantee immediate change, but it plants the seeds for healing and growth. Compassion also benefits you. Reacting to others with frustration or anger often leaves you feeling drained and unsettled. But when you lead with compassion, you maintain your inner peace. You remain anchored in your values, regardless of how others behave. This sense of empowerment can transform your experience of even the most challenging relationships. Finally, remember that compassion begins with yourself. Be kind to yourself when you stumble, when you react, or when your patience wears thin. The more you nurture your own inner peace, the easier it becomes to extend that same grace to others. Leading with compassion is not about being perfect, it's about choosing love over fear, understanding over judgment, and peace over conflict. In every difficult relationship, you have the opportunity to be a source of light. When you choose compassion over reaction, you not only uplift others, you free yourself from the weight of negativity. That freedom is a gift you give to yourself, and it can change everything. Navigating relationships with unconscious people can feel like walking a tightrope. On one hand, you want to maintain your own sense of peace and well-being. On the other, you may feel compelled to help them see a better way or awaken to greater awareness. The key to balancing these two goals lies in protecting your peace while creating space for their growth. First, let's focus on protecting your peace. When someone around you is caught in negativity, blame, or drama, it's easy to get swept up in their energy. Their unconscious patterns may trigger your own, causing frustration, defensiveness, or even a desire to withdraw entirely. But remember this, your peace is your responsibility. No one can take it from you unless you allow it. Protecting your peace begins with recognizing your power to choose how you respond. To maintain inner balance, practice grounding yourself in the present moment. When faced with challenging behavior, take a deep breath. Pause before reacting. Remind yourself that their actions are a reflection of their inner state, not of your worth or the situation's reality. This simple act of presence creates a buffer between their energy and your own, allowing you to remain centered even in the midst of chaos. Setting boundaries is another vital aspect of protecting your peace. Boundaries are not walls meant to shut people out. They are lines of respect that preserve your well-being. If someone's behavior becomes harmful, it's okay to say, I cannot engage with you when this happens. Or to remove yourself from the situation entirely. Healthy boundaries are an act of self-love, and they teach others how to interact with you respectfully. Now, let's turn to the second part, offering others the chance to awaken. Awakening doesn't come from lectures, arguments, or attempts to fix someone. It comes from seeing a different way of being modeled in real time. When you stay calm in the face of their anger, compassionate in the face of their pain, and steady in the face of their chaos, you offer them a glimpse of what it means to live with awareness. However, it's important to release the expectation of immediate change. Awakening is a deeply personal process, and not everyone will respond to your example right away, if at all. Your role is not to force their transformation, but to plant seeds of awareness through your presence. Whether those seeds take root is beyond your control, and that's okay. Protecting your peace while offering others the chance to awaken also means knowing when to let go. Sometimes the greatest gift you can give someone is the space to learn their lessons in their own time. If a relationship consistently drains your energy or crosses your boundaries, it may be time to step back. This is not an act of abandonment, but of honoring yourself and trusting their journey. Ultimately, your peace and their awakening are interconnected. By staying anchored in your own awareness, you become a living invitation for others to rise into their own. You don't need to preach, push, or prove anything. Simply be. Your peace is a powerful force, one that can transform not just your relationships, but the lives of those around you. In every relationship, especially those involving unconscious individuals, lies a profound opportunity, not just to navigate the complexities of human connection, but to grow, transform, and lead by example. The journey begins with you. Protecting your peace is not a selfish act, it is the foundation of everything. When you remain anchored in your own awareness, you become a source of calm in the storm, an unwavering presence that subtly yet powerfully shifts the dynamics around you. Choosing compassion over reaction, seeing challenges as opportunities for growth, and embodying the power of presence are not just tools, they are transformative ways of being. They free you from the exhausting cycle of conflict and invite others into a space of awareness and healing. Your role is not to change others, but to create an environment where change becomes possible, not through force, but through the quiet strength of your example. And as you walk this path, remember to hold space for yourself as well. You are human, and moments of reaction or frustration are natural. What matters most is your intention to return to presence, compassion, and clarity. By protecting your peace and honoring your journey, you not only create more harmonious relationships, but also contribute to a world where awareness, love, and understanding can flourish. In the end, every relationship is an invitation for both you and the other person to grow into deeper awareness. Whether or not others choose to awaken, your commitment to living consciously transforms your experience of life. Trust the process, stay grounded in your truth, and let your peace light the way forward.